Hi, this is Joe Sullivan, sports editor of the Boston Globe, sitting in for Bob Ryan, and this is Globe 10.0. With me is Kevin Paul Dupont. Kevin, this Friday night, the Chicago Cubs come to Fenway Park for the first time since the 1918 World Series as interleague play begins. So, I mean, is it this type of visit by a National League team, a historic National League team, with interleague play, does it liven up the regular season schedule?
Well, I think it does. I know a lot of people are down on it. I've been very surprised by that. At first, being a purist and growing up, never seen the National League here other than 67 and 75, the World Series. I immediately liked it, but I know, and I think there was that initial spark and people got away from it and started to bash it. I've never understood that. I love it. I especially love it that it's the Cubs, who for decades I said the Red Sox and the Cubs ought to meet in Erie every October and have their own World
Well, they are cousins
right there in the middle.
In sort of failure for a lot of years.
And ballpark, the old ballpark, the failure, the rest of it.
But let me ask you this. The Detroit Tigers are at Fenway this week, too, for a 2-game series. Do you know how many games the Detroit Tigers played at Fenway this year?
Those two this week.
Those two this week.
That's it, and that's a big mistake. Well, huge mistake.
Well, what happens to American League rivalries that sacrifice for the Cubs coming once every 10 years to Fenway?
Right.
The Tigers are not playing here in Boston. How do you develop rivalry? Get intense games that fans would like within the league if they're only going to come here twice?
Well, the answer to that, Joe, I think is play less within your division. I know as much as I've liked Yankees, Red Sox for decades too, I've almost grown tired of that. So I think, Baltimore's here 75 games a year.
Yeah, it seems that way.
There's just too much within the division. I think you can bring in the National League as they do, which is, I think that's fine. Ease off there and bring in more Tigers, bring in more White Sox.
Well, I say this, less interleague play. I like it much better if the next time the Cubs come here, it's for a World Series. That's when the National League should play the American League.